Welcome to your base. As we've discussed previously, you have to pay off your debt in various not-so-moral ways. Steal things from people, complete jobs for cash and all the other stuff. Good luck.
Okay, so for the first tip, we are basically... furniture is permanent, so you can buy furniture, and once you've bought it, you can... you'll die, you can lose, and basically you'll restart the game, and you'll still have all your furniture. Now, there's a little exploit that we can do with this, and that's the fact that when you die and respawn, the game always gives you $1,000.
Damn waste of money on you.
I'll just let this guy kill him, or kill me. So game over, we failed the quota, load back in, and you'll see we've got $1,000 in the bottom right, and we've still got our 2 beds.
Best of luck on your journey. Hopefully you can do better than your predecessor.
So all we do is whatever else we want to buy, we've got another 1,000 to spend, just buy all the beds. The beds, for example, give you stamina boost. You can have up to 4 of these. So you can buy the terminal. Obviously we're going to have to die again before we can afford the full 1,000 because we just bought a bed. But basically you can stock up your hideout with certain items before you've...
What, is this the best you've got? I've got no patience for this.
This guy keeps talking over me, I swear. But before you've even done any missions, you can already start stocking up your hideout with a few key items, such as beds and a few other things. So yeah.
Best of luck on your journey. Hopefully you can do better than your predecessor.
Extra 20% XP. This might be a bad example. I'm not sure if you unlock this one straight away, but there's a lot of items basically that you can just equip your loadout from the start with. So you might as well, right? Why not? That's tip number 1. Thank you. So we're basically just gonna... The next tip is that the loot spawn isn't random. So we're just gonna get these guys out of the way. You'll see that there's like TVs in here. There's the piano. There's the gaming chair. Basically, all the loot that you see inside this house is going to be different when we come back tomorrow. And I will demonstrate that as follows. So another thing to note here is that there is a vault in this house on this day, which we won't see on the other days. So as you can see here, we've pretty much looted the whole house. We're even checking all the cupboards, all the drawers. One thing to note is that it seems as though drawers and cupboards spawns, or certainly drawer spawns, you can still come back on a different day, and you may not see you may not see your wallet, and you may come back on a different day and see your wallet. So it's not like all the loot's going to be completely gone from a house. However, what does happen is that you'll find on a different day the loot will be different, and it will be very specifically different. So I'm going to show you exactly how different it is. So this is the day 1 where we're looting the whole house, and I'll catch up with you in a second when it's empty. So we're just heading back for the 4th time. As you can see, we've literally got 5 slots worth of loot, totaling $300 compared to what, 6,000 or so on the previous days, or certainly day 1 and 2, maybe closer to 9,000 on day 1. I felt like this was important to mention because it's not something that the game explains. And it's a very important detail because you could be looting the same house over and over, and you just wouldn't be finding any loot, and you might get to the late game and realise that the house that you've got really good at looting, there's just nothing left. So we've got day 4 pile over here. Notice that I did this over 4 days, so this is over separate quotas. We've got day 1 here. That's all we got from day 1. Plus there was the chair. Day 2's loot, so slightly less, but still a good amount and a good PC there. Day 3, basically a paint and a guitar. The keyboard's worth a decent amount. Day 4, basically nothing left. So yeah, until you completely restart the run, which means you fail your quota, or you complete the run, the houses aren't going to be restocked. Thank you. So next up we're going to talk about shop items. Now these don't carry over between if you die, so you've basically got to stay alive. The idea being that the furniture stays regardless of whether you restart the run, but the items like the card scanner don't. So you're just going to be a bit more picky about what you buy, and make sure that you kind of know the game a little bit before you buy these items. It's probably better to go for furniture first. The card scanner, for example, you probably want about 10 cards in your hideout before you even think about buying this. Gold cards improve your run but not permanent, so feel free to use them if you think you might fail the run, but also feel free to save some for next run if you have more than one. Though the effects do seem to carry over instead of stack if you use more than one and have a successful run. So it might also be the case if you fail a run, but I've not tested that. Lots of different types. Feel free to just use these as and when you get them. You also get a little bit of money. It can't hurt to save them if you've got more than one of the same one. But you will lose them if you lose.
Oh gosh!
911, what's your emergency?
Okay, this one is called Outrun Them. I'm just going to show you the whole clip. This is one that I did specifically for the video. Basically, we're just going to try and outrun the cops. This is surprisingly easy to do. As soon as they lose line of sight of you, they get completely confused about... I mean, the moment they lose line of sight of you, they are completely bewildered as to where you could possibly have gone. So the second I get around this corner, he's going to be like... Sometimes they'll even turn around. Like, he doesn't even know... You can see in the map in the top right, the mini-map, rewind if you didn't spot that. But he didn't even look to the right when I went up there. He's completely... Like, I turned one corner, and he's just got absolutely no idea where I went. I don't know if this is different on higher difficulties. You'll certainly get more people chasing you. I mean, how did he not see me there? So basically, yeah, this whole thing is just me playing with the cops for a minute. I'll let the whole thing play out so you can see it come to an end. Feel free to fast forward until the next part if you get bored of this, but it's a nice little chase that we did here. And this was just one try for the sake of the video, just to show you how easy it is to get away from the cops. The taser there, it did make me drop my baseball bat. And I'm nearly dead. Somehow managed to survive that. I actually just was kind of waiting there to die, and I thought the video would end there, but no, apparently we're continuing. So yeah, I basically outran him several times there, and it wasn't particularly difficult. If we just hang out over here or somewhere... Oh, another tip while we're on this is not scripted for this, but looking at a camera will... For the rest of the run, I think even permanently for the whole game, mark that camera so that it will show you where it's looking. So, look, he'll even drive past me here. They're completely oblivious. On the way to you, they will spot you if you do it like that, unless you have a gold card, which can actually stop them from being able to see you completely when they're in cars. But I don't have that turned on here. This is a new run. So yeah. Nice fun one there. Outrun them. Next up, we're talking about jobs. And you can do a run, and I actually want to do a playthrough, maybe for the YouTube channel, that where I just do an entire run with no jobs. I've done this a few times. In fact, you can do a run with doing no jobs, and you'll have enough money for even the next few runs. It's good to do jobs because you can learn things that way, but it's not really worth doing it for the money. Okay, so loadouts. What's the best loadout? Typically, you just want to have something to unlock things and something to a weapon, basically. Best loadout in the game, in my opinion, is anything that unlocks the things that you're about to see, and a pistol. So 8 times speed here. Sorry for your ears. I could have removed the sound there, but I kind of like it. I'm sorry I talked over that one. I'll be quiet for the next one. So yeah, you can knock them down with a taser. As soon as he gets back up, you can just knock them straight back down again. As soon as that thing above their head goes red, you can just knock them straight back out. So you've got plenty of time to loot the house. They will get back up shortly after. But, of course, if you decide to just shoot them in the head, let's let this guy get back up first, then he's down permanently, so we don't have to worry about him anymore. Now, I'm going to show you in the next one how to get a taser. And it's a weapon that you can get straight away in the game, and it basically just trivializes most things. You want to try and avoid being seen before you use the taser, though. And the one we've all been waiting for, the banana trick. You can do this in both pawn shops. Basically just throw a rock near the door, put banana there. You've got yourself a free taser within the first 2 minutes of the game. This is a pawn. You can do this as soon as you load in. Just start looting this guy's store. I would recommend bringing... You get $1,000 in the shop. If I don't know if you unlock it from the start, but if you can buy some taser bullets. I know that you can do this in... what's it called? Mode collector mode, whatever it's called. I can't remember the name of it. I was playing it yesterday as well. Basically, if you buy a couple of taser bullets, you know that you're going to steal the taser from that guy with a banana. All you need is to buy a banana, a couple of taser bullets, grab a rock from over to my right where I'm running now, and you've essentially robbed the pawn shop on the moment that you started this game. So yeah, pretty useful tip there. 1,300 and probably 5 minutes there, but you can do this a lot faster and grab more loot. Bonus banana tip, but before we do, by the way, you can take out cameras with a rock, just like so. There's rocks kind of all over the place around the map, so they're usually not hard to find. And we're just going to show you a little banana trick that you can use on anybody. You can use this trick to take weapons, to stop police chasing you, things like that.
911, what's your
There you go.
emergency?
Just a nice little getaway if you need to, for whatever reason. Some people recommend carrying one around with you. I normally find you can outrun them, and I don't like to waste the slot, but it's pretty good tip still, nonetheless. Another late game tip here, but you can actually, if you've unlocked Pro and Master, which you do by completing the game, you can actually grab all the loot on normal difficulty or casual difficulty, swap over to Pro or Master, and you get a higher base cut of loot. Don't actually go into any missions, just sell all the loot, complete all the quotas just by selling loot you've got for the other missions and get a higher base cut. So basically, just get more money to have in your pocket instead of giving it away to the guy who's threatening to kill you. You aren't guaranteed to get these from finishing the game, but eventually it will unlock for you. Okay, so location tips. These are just not worth buying, in my opinion. None of them. I've not found a single tip on any of these that have actually been useful. Maybe this is to do with my playstyle, so I'm not going to say that you won't benefit from them. There's one there that says he leaves the house between 11 and 12 sometimes, but I mean, I'm showing you what they are now anyway, and unless they change the game, it's you can just use what I'm showing you here, so maybe I'm giving something away, but yeah, they're just not worth it. You're better off just watching what people do and just and just learning where they go anyway. So we're going to talk about time now. Time is important. As you level up, you'll unlock higher perception skills with magazines that will allow you to see how long someone will be doing their next actions, as you can see here.
Where are my pills?
But even before this, people only change location completely exactly on the hour. So if you're about to jump in through a window, just make sure it's not 11:55 or 11:59 or something like that, because somebody might wander in the second you get in the room. If you wait until about 5 or 10 minutes past the hour, or even just listen for their footsteps to stop and then make your move, you'll find you'll have a lot more success. So, I mean, you can see the clock in the top right, and yes, I can tab to view more information, which, as I say, I think it's a perception skill that allows you to unlock this, and it's going to show you where they're going to go. But before you have this skill, you'll look at the clock, it's about to tick over to 11. Whether you've got this skill or not, they will always move exactly on the hour. Now, see, exactly at 11 o'clock. Now, they might move to the same spot, that does happen sometimes, and they might be staying in the same spot for 2 hours, but generally, just keep an eye on that hour mark. Item requests. Basically, these net you a little bit more cash. They are worth doing if you've got the loot already sat there. Sometimes it's worth just throwing your loot over in a pile, letting it stock up, and you'll get more value for your items by selling them in item requests. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't sell them anyway. It's not that much more money. It's a good amount, but it's if you're struggling on a quota, don't be afraid to just sell some random items. A lot of them you'll be able to find again later, so don't feel like you're not allowed to sell anything at all. It's your loot. So this next one's just called Don't Panic. The amount you need to earn per day works out to be just above 2k if my maths is correct. So I did do the maths on this, and that's essentially you've got 3 days per quota, and by the end of the game you need 11.5k. It works out over the course of the game per day you need to be earning 2k per day, and that's pretty easy to achieve. So yeah, basically don't panic, always carry a towel. So we can loot Tom, I think his name is, this guy. Yes, it's Tom's, yeah, it says in the top right. So I'll mention this while we're looting this house as well, because Tom's is a really good house if you've got nothing at all apart from maybe a lockpick. And in fact, you don't even need a lockpick, you can go through his back door, there's a ramp over the side of his house. So you can come into the game with nothing on you whatsoever and loot Tom's house. Tom's house is good because he's got a lot of drawers, which means a lot of respawning loot. I believe that there tends to be a lot of cash around here as well. It's just a generally not a bad house to loot, and you can get about 2k from this house, and it will take you, I don't know, what are we into the day here? I don't know if I started this run at this time, probably not, because it would have been a lot sooner. But you can loot this entire house in probably an hour or two, and he's very dumb. Tom is probably the dumbest NPC in the game. He doesn't seem to notice or care when he notices something's been unlocked. You don't even have to. There's some houses where you might want to relock the door after you leave, just so they don't get suspicious about the door, or notice something missing, or notice an open drawer. Tom notices nothing. He is just completely dumb. There's not high value loot in his house, but it'll net you about 2k, as we'll see shortly here. Yeah, 1700. Not a great deal of money, but it's slightly under the daily quota you'll need to get, and you can do it in literally minutes. So don't panic, rob Tom. I guess this is the take from that. So we've got another one on furniture. I know we briefly mentioned this, but just check every now and then to see what each of the furniture does. Every now and then you'll unlock some new furniture. Many of them are very cheap and free, essentially, from the exploit I mentioned at the beginning. So just be sure to check what they say. It might just look like a bed, and buying 4 of them is pointless. And you should also check the maximum amount that you can buy of the item. But each of the standard beds offer a permanent stamina increase, which of course can be useful for escaping chasers. It just makes your nights go along faster and gives you more time, and more time's more loot. But there's a lot of good furniture items that are just generally 100% worth buying. It's just worth checking back on this every now and then, that's all. So I'm going to call this one, I guess, a bonus tip for anybody who's stuck around this long. Thank you so much. I do have a few more things to go over. We've got the invisibility tool, we've got zip ties, fire axe, things like that. The master key. So I'm going to brush over these. just generally. These are things that I couldn't really think of a video to put to them. I wanted to show you this. The purpose of this one was to show you me using the what's it called? I guess the blowtorch and the, I don't remember the name of it. It will pop up in a second, but it's just trash. Probably why it's completely gone out of my memory. But yeah, so this is the. Feel free to leave now. It's Friday night. I've finished editing the video, and so yeah, we're using the invisibility tool there. I'm basically improvising here. I realised I forgot my master key. I just wanted to show you one thing, and then all the police came. One thing is doors can sometimes wedge on you like that, as you'll learn as you go. The stethoscope, there we go. So yeah, I used the invisibility tool there. I will do a run after this, like basically a full run, which I'm not going to say it went well. But yeah, the stethoscope is trash, just throw that thing away. That was my point here. But I got into a chase in the middle of it. Fortunately, I had the invisibility tool. I can't even remember why I brought that. I was being super arrogant here, and I just decided, well, I'm going to die here anyway. So this is a lot of improvisation. So I guess we'll call this tip improvise. But yes, thanks for sticking around for this long. So we're basically hiding out down here and hoping the cops don't come. It does seem that they come to the last place they saw you. That you were spotted. So yeah, he knew exactly where I was. I had no weapon to stop him. Fortunately, I don't know how I won that fight. So yeah, I definitely should have died there. I don't know why I'm opening that door silently when I've got several police outside. But as you can see, I'm kind of managing to get away from this. It's only a 2-star chase, but I was trapped inside that house. I had no keys. And I still managed to get away, so we can come back to the don't panic thing here. But yeah, the idea was that you don't want to use the stethoscope. It's just painful to use. Most of the time, you're able to. I think I died. Do I die here? No. Okay. I have 2 bullets. That's good. So yeah, tasers are your friend. The point was the stethoscope is bad, and you should just use the blowtorch instead. So we're going to leave here with no loot, but at least we keep our weapons and things. We did get a little bit of loot, but it wasn't anything. I think it's worth more than that because I didn't actually throw it down, so it doesn't count it yet. But yeah, we've got another bonus video here coming up shortly, where we're just going to basically just try and rob a bunch of loot from a couple of different places. I'm going to show off the invisibility tool like properly. And I'll try and explain a little bit more. I'm going to show you where to get the fire axe from, because you can actually get the fire axe, and we can do it all in one run. So, yeah. Basically, I'm considering this the bonus run, where I just rant and show you. Yeah, I don't post videos very often. I think it's been a few years. So the reason that I decided to do this guide was I've been searching YouTube for a long time. On this game, not a long time. I've been searching a lot, I should say, for guides on this game, and nobody's really done anything, which is unusual in my opinion, for people to not do guides on games. This is a really good game. I've been really enjoying playing it, and I just find that it's kind of sad that nobody's. There's a lot of people playing like duos, and they just do streams and things. Maybe. I think this came out on PS5 recently. I'm playing on PC, so maybe it'll get more popular and people start to put out some guides for it. By the way, throwing away my pistol right there was a bad idea. So again, I just used the rock trick. You could do this with a taser. You could just get his taser. So yeah, it's pretty easy to rob this store, just like the other one. We're using literally the same strategy. Another thing I wanted to say was I've been thinking about doing some full playthroughs of of like the game from start to finish, 0 to hero kind of thing. I was playing it was a completionist mode I've been playing, and I've got pretty far on that, but I'm happy to start over from scratch on a normal playthrough. I actually originally wanted to do that, but then I just I just started to write things down that I wanted to say as I was doing a playthrough, and then I just ended up with a list of 30-odd tips, and I was just like, maybe this actually does make a tips video, because a lot of these things, in fact most of these things, if not all of them, I hadn't found the information for it anywhere. Again, like I say, feel free to clock off now, you know, like and subscribe and all that nonsense. An interesting thing is I was thinking that a lot of people sort of monetize YouTube videos these days, and people are trying to sort of, obviously we're playing a game about stealing money, but my first videos were from 14 years ago, and my most successful ones were from them, and then it was just like, I learned something cool, I want to show people this cool thing. So that's what this is. Yeah, I definitely should have picked up the gun. So we've robbed that store. There's probably about 6 or 7k worth of loot there. We'll find out later. So we can see on the right there, not a bad loot. This is a good little if you're short on 10k on your last playthrough, but you've got maybe you've not unlocked this. There's this moped around a corner from him. If I waited till 1 o'clock, he would have gone. But yeah. So anyway, yes. So I enjoyed making the video, and enjoyed recording all of this. So maybe I'll do a full playthrough. So basically, the things I wrote down to summarize for you guys were to always bring your weapon with you, even if it's just a baseball bat. You can often fight your way out of a fight, and it can save your life, basically. And just bringing a baseball bat can save you from all this loot in the truck. If you don't want to be spending money on taser ammo, which is I certainly didn't when I first started playing this game. I always came. I normally, in fact, I don't usually bring a taser in the early game. I just bring a baseball bat everywhere. Because the taser ammo is expensive and they still wake up. You kind of do want to stealth your way through the early game. I know that this whole run has been me running around with a pistol and currently an invisibility tool. But so yes, the invisibility tool. Let's explain this. So you can. It's not too expensive. It is one of the unlocks after you finish the game. So yeah, I'm literally just carrying this moped out of there, right in front of him because I was invisible. And it costs about 10,000, which is actually really cheap. And the repairs aren't that expensive. So pretty much once you've unlocked this from basically when you complete the game, or die, you'll be if you level up, as in you've made enough XP to unlock certain rewards, you'll get a choice of three things, three like cards, whatever you want to call them, and one of them that you might get, they're random. So it might be you've finished the game 20 times and you've still not seen the invisibility tool. It might be that you get the invisibility tool on your first playthrough. So basically, it makes you invisible for 60 seconds. Like most items in the game, it you can see there's a timer on it. I don't know if you can see that in red. But basically, a 3-minute cooldown before you can use it again. It's at the end of the run. Yes, okay. Oh, we're going to go and have some fun now. Alright. So yeah, that's the invisibility tool. We're going to go and I'm going to show you where to get the fire X from here as well. Another point is don't be afraid to leave early. It doesn't matter if it's only 1 in the morning and you've got till 6 AM, technically 7. If you've got a truck full of like 9k loot, don't be afraid to just leave with it. You know, if you die, you've just lost 9k loot, and you only need to earn 2k in a day. So why bother? So we're just gonna have some fun here. Show you where to get the fire X. It's one of these guys. Oh, it's not that guy. He's running. The other guy came upstairs. He's got it. So that's how you get the fire X. Now everybody's going to be chasing me, and I'm trapped. So another thing I wanted to explain was the unstuck feature, which doesn't work first time, it does work second time. Sometimes you're like trapped in a room and you can't get out. Maybe somebody's blocking a door. Zip ties are a point of this. Zip ties, sometimes if you zip tie someone when they're in a doorway, they can cause you to get stuck in the doorway. So you can use the unstuck. See there, I just kind of glitched through the wall. And I did use the invisibility tool as well. But yeah, the unstuck actually is quite useful sometimes too. The zip ties, you have to be careful, make sure you don't zip tie somebody while they're tied in a doorway. Another note I had is master difficulty is just as easy if everyone is dead or you're invisible. And the master key is a really good tool. This is the final one on my list. The master key is amazing. It unlocks most things, more things than you expect, including the crates on I can't remember what the map's called, the third one. So it's a really good thing, but it's very, very expensive. It's probably costs about $100. I didn't do the math, but it possibly costs about $100 per use. So don't bother wasting your money on it if you think you're just going to be able to unlock everything forever, because it will cost you per use, because you'll have to keep repairing it. And that's it, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and good night.